Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really to throw you up.
Hi guys, it's your girl DayJanay, Atavia, and I have a quick haul for you guys before we get into this makeup look. First things first, new announcement. I have another mic. I just found this mic. It's one of my mom's, and so I'm trying and testing out different ones to see which sound quality I like. Let's get started on our haul. The first thing is this Fenty Gloss Bomb Stick Glazed Donut. It's really pretty. It's a nude, but it's kind of more like a peach pink kind of nude. It's really pretty. 2 new powder puffs. I got, or not 2 new, 4 new. I got the 3 small ones from e.l.f. and then I got one of the bigger ones. I also got a new setting powder. We're going to be testing this out today. And then I also have this Power Grip primer, but in matte. I can't wait to use this one. A setting spray that is supposed to dry down matte. We will see. I also have the lip balm, and then I got an eyebrow pencil. Our whole face. Today is not just the eye makeup and call it a day. Today is a full face because we're trying all of these new products. None other than I'm going to use the Magic Water Cream because I'm starting to run out of the other one. And I'm also going to use my hydrating. Listen, at this point, I just need to be sponsored by e.l.f. If we're just going to be all the way for real, I should just get sponsored by e.l.f. Now we're going to take the Power Base. Doesn't really have much of a smell. Okay. Oh, it's thick. Hold on. Oh, like it's thick. Wow. This is a very different consistency. Maybe it's just me and because I'm used to the other one, but it definitely feels heavier. Still sticky, but very heavy. This has sat for a minute and it's quite sticky, but it's also very dry. Also, I don't know how I feel about it because, I don't know. I posted a video to the Love in Paradise sound from the Epic musical, and it got some decent traction. I was actually quite surprised. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I just want to do calypso makeup, but I don't know what to do. This is where I need your help because listening to the songs that Calypso sings, and just the first thing that comes to my head is like pink and like an orangish yellow, like flower. But then I also think about the ocean all at the same time. And I'm just like, how do I do Calypso justice via makeup? Google didn't have nothing for me. It was like simple gold makeup, or it was Calypso from the Pirates of the Caribbean. And everybody hates Calypso. I've never had to read the Odyssey. So I'm like, well, maybe the actual Odyssey is terrible. Or like the Calypso from the actual Odyssey is horrible. The Epic musical that I've listened to, she just sounds innocent, which is where I kind of get like that pink from. And I would love to do those concepts. I just don't know how. So I need some ideas in the comments below. All right, now of course we're gonna go in with our concealer. Okay, side note, is there anybody, I need to know who's all watching Paradise. It's officially over. I believe all 8 episodes are out. From what I've seen, it was only going to be 8 episodes, so all of them are out now, and I need a community of folks who have watched it so that we can talk together. I'm gonna talk a little vaguely, and maybe next episode, and maybe next video I'll be a little more specific. So next video we'll likely have some spoilers. So right now, am I the only one who didn't care too much for episode 8? Now we're seeing why we're seeing what we're seeing. I don't know, it felt like, even though I think it was the same amount of time as all the other episodes, it felt like it was like 30 seconds. It did not feel long enough, and it explained not too much, but it kind of explained too much.
Hey y'all, it's editing DayJanay, and I'm trying to hurry up and get this edited, but I got to this point and I was like, oh, let me expound on that. I felt like we had this mystery that was just looming over the entire like situation, only for it to feel like it got solved in like 30 seconds. That's my personal opinion. It felt like it got solved entirely too quickly.
Episode 7 to me was like my favorite episode, and so coming from that to like this episode was just a little bit of a like, okay. All right, okay, now we're trying this. Oh, it's shimmery. Now I'm trying the elf powder. Let's get one of these puffs. Okay.
And this is the point where I make the grave mistake of adding way too much setting powder. For whatever reason, in person, it felt like it was making my concealer darker. I don't know how that worked, but in person, that's what it did. And you will see how this decision affects my eye look later on.
It's still kind of giving this is darker. Maybe I would just put more than what I should have as far as concealer up there. All right, let's get into it, shall we? So I'm gonna start with this purple.
All right, voiceover DayJanay is taking over because I want this video done before Friday. I want a video up before the week ends. So I took that purple that I showed earlier and I used it to become my buffer color that's on the outer parts of my eye, and then I take a darker purple and I go onto my outer corner and really focus it into my crease. As you can see, this is a beautiful color. I took another brush to kind of blend those out and really buff them and kind of feather them. And this is where you see my problem. This purple is beautiful. It goes on. It doesn't look like an issue until I put it on the other side and I see how much more pigmented and how much more spread out it was able to be. And that's when I realized I did something massively, majorly wrong. As much as I would have loved for this video to have been simply a tutorial, this is a don't do this type of situation instead of a tutorial. This is where you get to see some mistakes kind of in real time. I had to go in with my finger and like really pick up some pigment and press it into my eye before it decided to come off. And I really had to do that with the whole right side of my face. As you can see here, I just simply use the brush as a tool on my left eye, and then as soon as I get to my right eye, I have to press in the powders. For foundation, I'm doing something slightly different. I've done this in the past where I take a darker color foundation that more so matches my neck and I put it on the perimeter, and then I take a lighter shade and place it in the center. I've seen this lady do it one time and I tried it out and it really works for me, especially since for whatever reason, the inner part of my face is typically lighter than the outer edge. I don't know how that science works, but it does. I wish I knew the lady so that I could point you in her direction. But personally, this works for me. So if you're somebody who kind of like suffers with trying to color match and you want to get a better color match, maybe you want to try this out. You know, it's a little advanced, but you should try it. And again, this was just nothing but experimentation because normally I do contour and then I do the cream blush. But today, I decided cream blush. Y'all, by the end of this, you're going to be like, what was she thinking? But it turned out halfway decent. So, listen, if lashes can't fix nothing, that means the look was way too atrocious to save anyway. And today I used the Fenty concealer because I had it. And I was like, I wonder how this will contour. It is in the shade 445. And honestly, I say this at the end of the video, but this contour was just a little too dark for my nose. However, for the rest of my face, it really did wonders. I concealed like normal, but my concealer definitely highlighted the fact that this nose contour was just a lot actually, too much. today I decided to use the e.l.f. setting powder to bake my under eye. I did it after I blended just because my eyes like to crease a lot. So I wanted to go ahead and start baking before I blended out the other side. But I did that, and then I went in for my whole face with the One Size translucent powder to set everything. And as if that concealer was not deep enough to be my contour, I decided to go over on top of it with a Contourization palette. Honestly, just out of habit, but I also did not use a lot because of how deep the concealer was. Moving on, I then topped off my blush with more blush from the One Size palette that I used earlier, but then I also go in with the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette, and I used the pink from there just because I didn't want it to be too like in your face pink, especially with the eyes being so deep purple. I also experimented a little bit with a cat eye thing. I don't even know what the inner corner eyeliner is called, but I did it, and I actually think I did it pretty well. As you can see, I'm underlining my waterline with a white eyeliner, and if anybody can find me a really good one that is not in a pencil form where it has to be shaved down for me to get to the product, please point me in the direction, because this one wasn't bad. However, it's not what I need. I need something bright and bold. I want it in your face. Anyways, moving on, I used the new e.l.f. setting spray that I just got. Shout outs to that. I used a lot of it because I really wanted it to sit, and as you can tell, that might have been a bad idea with the way that I'm coughing. And now I'm going to kind of just do like a one quick coat on my eyelashes so that when I put my false lashes on, it blends together. And now I'm dipping into my Old Faithful palette. I don't know what this is. I'm going to have to do some Google researching, but this got me through high school. As you can see, them wells is empty. But anyway, I used the pink and the purple as cheek highlight, but then I just utilized the purple for my brow bone and inner corner and nose. Then I take my favorite lip liner from Sephora in shade Molasses, and I outline my lips. I kind of overdo it a little bit, and then I put Blaze Donut on top. And look at that, look at that, look at that. The blend is so beautiful. It looked like my lips, but like exaggerated. And then I take this lip gloss that I got from the hair store. Honestly, it's slightly tinted, which I like, and I just put that on top. Doing this voiceover has been a challenge and a half, so I thank you guys for listening. I finished off with my One Size. I literally finished the bottle, and that's pretty much it.
My personal critiques for this is, one, I would say I won't do the dark color, but the dark color is actually really pretty. The dark purple's pretty. I will next time, one, put a little more of the primer on this side. I'll also set it less. Not do the contour on my nose. Yeah, but I think other than my nose, like, because it's throwing me even the now, like, y'all let me know in the comments. Don't be mean, don't be rude. I will delete them if it's mean and rude. Constructive criticism, please, but definitely give me some pointers on what I could do next time to kind of, you know, make this better. Thank you for watching this video. The next one will be me doing one side one way versus the other side.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, pretty.